How would you like to see behind the scenes of an Airbnb co-hosting business that's doing top line $500,000 a year and bottom line after all expenses over $250,000 per year? That's exactly what I'm going to show you right now here on the Fearless Investor YouTube channel. Hey, so I wanted to show you this. This was actually a live video that I did in my six-figure formula community on Facebook. We do a live Q&A every single Monday. And on this particular Monday, I actually decided, because a lot of people were asking me about some of the expenses behind co-hosting, that I would just show you behind the scenes, actually show them behind the scenes of what my co-hosting business looked like. I got so many people saying, wow, this is so cool to see. And thanks for the transparency. And thanks for showing us this, that I just said, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of an excerpt of this and throw it to you guys, Team Fearless, here on the Fearless Investor YouTube channel, so that you can see exactly what it looks like behind the scenes of a $500,000 per year co-hosting Airbnb business. Now, if at any point you're watching this and you're like, I wish I could ask a question, that was something I didn't quite understand, well, that's a great reason to be a part of our six-figure formula community. There's a link down below in the description. You can see all the details for that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and show you what this business looks like. What I want to show you is just a very quick Word document that I make every single month. And it's the stuff that I share with my COO. So again, my COO, if she were to look at QuickBooks, she would be like, whoa, what's all this stuff? Because I've got personal expenses, I've got automobile expenses, I got travel expenses, I got all this stuff in there. So I pay my COO based on the performance of our business. And so she needs to know, well, what are we netting as a company based on business expenses and business revenue, right? And so this breaks down everything from a business perspective on what we make in our business. And we just had our best month to date in our co-hosting business. I want you guys to understand that. This is the co-hosting business. Share screen, and where is it? Right here. All right. Check this out. Now I do a May to June comparison just so my COO can see how do we do last month compared to this month. And as you'll see, net of the company after paying everyone is as seen here. So in May of 2023 compared to June of 2023, I'm just going to stay right here in June. $44,212 of management income. Now that says minus expenses. Okay. So what would be considered a management expense? A management expense would be considered supplies. And it would also be considered anything that we spend on damages that would not be the responsibility of the owner. Those are the two things that would be management expenses. Okay. So after about close to $52,000 of top line revenue, for just the management side. So when I say management, I'm saying every property, all the 52 properties in our portfolio get charged anywhere between a 20 to 25% management fee. So that is the first way that we get paid. So 20 to 25% management fee. Top line of that is 52-ish thousand, but then after paying for supplies and after paying for any damages that are not the responsibility of the owner, why would it not be the responsibility of the owner? Well, because the guest did it, and that's a part of our policy that we take care of it to a certain amount. So after that, $44,212 comes to our company. Now, the second way that we earn money, right, is, and this is now me personally, but also my COO gets paid off of this, is beyond just the co-hosting. So this is all of my owned and arbitrage properties. After the management fee, there's still another $6,626 that's coming to me, Kyle Stanley, personally, as a client of my co-hosting business. Now, I don't want that to get confusing. In fact, if you just want to if you're like, I don't get that, just eliminate this line of the owner arbitrage profit from your mind. But the whole reason I'm a client of my business, of my co-hosting business, is for tax reasons, okay, that I'm not going to get into right now, but it essentially makes my income passive for the properties that I arbitrage and own. Okay. So A third way that I'm earning income is a damage fee deposit. When you get to a certain size in your business where you say, hey, I can mitigate risk by charging every single reservation a specific amount to be able to be its own little escrow pot of insurance, there's another way to make money. So I'll give you the numbers on that. We charge for every reservation $12 per reservation, and that covers the owner up to $1,000 of expenses, no questions asked, as long as it's not wear and tear, right? If it's like the AC has a leak, no, that's not part of it. But if a guest does something, or if a couch is worn out and we need to get a new one, or the sheets and the linens are worn out and we need to get new sheets and linens, then every single reservation is covered up to $1,000 for just $12 per reservation. Now do the math. $12 per reservation when you got about 300 reservations is about $3,600. And we typically only end up having to cover about $1,000 to $1,500 worth of damages because we do a really good job every single month of mitigating risk. So we've created another form of income in our business, which is insurance, essentially. Totally legal, by the way. I checked with a number of different insurance agents. I'm not an insurance agent. I'm not giving you advice, but I'm telling you, I did the research, and this is absolutely kosher and legal. Another stream of income, bringing damage deposits inside of your business, knowing your numbers, charging it to the guest, taking it out of the profit and loss for the owner, making them understand the benefit of that is, hey, you're not going to get those little ratty-tatty little, hey, we had to replace the couch, so we're charging you $1,000. No, you're not going to get those messages from us anymore. And all it's going to cost you is really nothing, because we're going to charge the extra to the guest, $12 per reservation. Boom. Just a management fee, or even like a linens fee or something that you can add to the Airbnb listing. So we've gotten 3 different types of ways that we get paid. Now, the fourth way we get paid is on our cleaning expenses. Yes, after paying our cleaners, which, by the way, we pay our cleaners really well. After paying our cleaners and after the guest has paid us, we still have $11,000 of net profit after cleaning fees have been paid out. How awesome is that, right? So what we have then is about, if you add all this up, 44 plus 6, 50, 52, about $64,000 of top line revenue all combined into each other. That's amazing. So when I talk about we as a company make $40,000 to $60,000 a month, that's what I'm talking about, is that top line. Okay. So we just exceeded that. We did $64,000 this year. So stinking proud of my team. And especially when you hear about all these people who are like, oh, you know, saturation and Fresno just popped up as number 17 in the nation for the 17th most impacted by this Airbnb and short-term rental like downfall in the last year. Yet we just had our best month to date at $64,000 of top line revenue. So can you start a business and make it great today in co-hosting? You absolutely can. This is proof. Then I've got an amazing accountant. So now let's get into expenses. I got an amazing accountant who does all of our profit and loss statements. And we do use a lot of great technologies, Price Labs and our property management system and Rank Breeze, Bill.com. We do a lot of different things. All that combined together, labor and materials, only $5,000 to have all this stuff taken care of. So whenever an owner asks me, hey, why is there this line item on this profit and loss? I'm not sure I understand that. That question doesn't go to me. That goes to my accountant, my bookkeeper, I should say. And they answer that question. So when I talk about taking yourself out of this business, is it worth it for me to pay a bookkeeper about $3,500 a month so that I don't have to deal with any of the numbers and I don't have to deal with any of the questions from the owners? I don't have to deal with any of that. Yeah, you're dang right. It's worth it, because $3,500, as you'll notice, if I'm putting in 2 to 3, maybe 5 hours a week, I'm making thousands of dollars per hour. $3,500 for that would take me probably 10 hours to do. That's not worth my time, right? If I'm making $1,000 an hour, but I've got a task that's $350 an hour, why would I touch that task? I'm gonna outsource that all day long. Okay. Hope that makes sense. That's the way that I think. Is it worth my time? Well, my time is worth about $1,000 an hour. If I'm going to get paid less than $1,000 an hour, then I'm probably going to go ahead and outsource that. Then my cleaning manager and VAs, this is almost set. If you notice here, last month was 3,500. Why did she get paid 3,500 versus 3,200 this month? Well, last month she hit 90% 5-star cleanings. This month it was only 89%. We bonus at 90%. Oh, so close, but I can't bend and break there. She has to get to 90%. In fact, 95% is really where we want her to be, but 90% is where we bonus her. So $7,200 for those employees. And then we always have to give a little bit back to the company. So this should be minus, because what if something happens, right? What if we, God forbid, knock on wood, what if we have a lawsuit? What if we have an unexpected expense? What if I want to go and start spending money on marketing? I have to keep money in the business in order to make sure that I can feed the machine to grow the business. So for that reason, I take about 20% of the net. So this amount minus this amount is the net. And then I multiply that by 20%, and that's about $10,000. So after taking that out, plus these expenses, our total net is $41,000. And then my COO gets paid 22% off of that. So my bottom line this month, I'm doing the calculator. You're not going to see it because my screen isn't being shared, but I'm going 41644, and I'm multiplying it by 78%, which is the payout to me. My earnings this month for creating this machine and managing people was $32,482.32 after paying everyone. That's pretty freaking awesome, guys. I'm glad. Danique says, love the transparency, so helpful. I just had a conversation too with a lawyer the other day, talking about NDAs, and I'm like, I'm an open book. Like, there's nothing I'm going to give away that I don't also tell my students. So I don't need to sign any NDAs for anything. So you guys are getting like full transparency here. So I hope you use this transparency for the good, right? And go out and do something with this. So this is exactly what you're looking at as a profit and loss statement for a co-hosting business. Management income with an opportunity to make money on properties that you own in arbitrage. If you get enough properties, starting to charge a damage fee deposit essentially. And then the profits that you make from your cleaning expenses as well. On top of that too, like there's other ways to make money, right? Like if someone comes to me and says, hey, I want you to teach me how to do Airbnb. And I say, well, I'm not going to teach my competition. Well, that's a scarcity mindset. Yes, you can still teach your competition. And oh, by the way, Airbnb will pay you as much as $720 for your referrals for helping someone. So what I'll do is I'll say to someone, hey, yeah, I'll teach you how to get your first listing up, and I'll give you a few tips along the way. It takes an hour of my time. They sign up with my link. Boom, $720 for a referral. Did you guys know you could do that? You could do that, right? You have a scarcity mindset. You're not going to do that. You have an abundance mindset. You realize that I can still do all these numbers, even if I create, quote unquote, create competition in my market. We're still doing just fine. And I've taught a lot of people in my market how to start their first listing. And I made probably over the last few years about $10,000 off of my referrals. That's pretty cool too. All right. So any questions on that? I'm going to stop sharing the screen and see if anyone has any questions. Thanks for the walkthrough. No problem, Tiffany. Love that you're preparing us to understand the accounting side of the business. Awesome, Jose. Glad that you like that. Yes, Jose, you will have access to this recording. Every single one of these is recorded. And if you just go to the homepage of the Six Figure Formula and you click on media, then videos, you'll see all of the recorded videos. You could spend so much time there. I'd rather see you spend time in action, not just watching videos, but definitely a good place to go. All right. So not every co-hosting business is made equal. That's the thing I want you to understand is that, I'm talking about all of the ways that you can make money on damage deposits and cleaning profits, which, by the way, that said cleaning expense. I was supposed to say cleaning profits. Another way that you can make money is actually on the setup fees. So we charge typically about $2,000 to $2,500 for our setup fees, and that cost to me is only about $1,500. So we're making between $500 to $1,000 per setup that we do for new owners. Another way is also interior design. If you can bring interior design in-house, there's just so many different ways that you can vertically integrate your portfolio, including if you want to become a realtor. I mean, now you've got an opportunity to sell houses, buy houses for your clients. There's so much opportunity in a business like this, and that's why I love this business model. So if you want to learn more about this, all you have to go is visit the Six Figure Formula page, which is at fearlesskyle.com/6FF. Learn everything it takes to become a six-figure host in Airbnb and be a part of our community, be a part of the course, be a part of our live Q&As, just like what you saw right here. That's going to do it right now for the Fearless Investor YouTube channel. We're helping you to conquer the world of short-term rentals. See you next time.